Hello everyone, my name is LebDGD and welcome back to Geometry Dash. So, a few months ago, actually, maybe not a few months ago, maybe like a lot of months ago, I made a video announcing my next extreme demon. It was Accu by Nageview, or Nageview or something like that. And I did genuinely try that for a couple of months. And I actually have 53 on it if we go and look Accu up right now. As you can see, 53% and quite a lot of attempts. But I dropped this level, as you could probably tell by the staggering amount of not progress and not uploads. So, instead of doing Accu, I'm doing something way harder for my next extreme. It's probably already in the title. We are doing Never Beat It by MetalFace221. Yes. Actually, it wasn't created by MetalFace, it was verified by MetalFace. It was created by HeroZombie80. Never heard of the guy, but anyways. This one, I've already poured more attempts into than Accu, and as you can see, I have 33. Some other things about this level. It's really fucking long. It's like 3.5 minutes long, so it's a bit of an endurance test. But that's also what made me want to do it, because it's basically 3.5 minutes of, I guess, like entry extreme level gameplay. So it's really, you know, in terms of difficulty and skill required, it's not that bad. But it's so long, just like Zodiac, in fact. Zodiac, you know, number 10 on the demons list, but when you play it, it more feels like a lower main list, but because it's so fucking long, it's that high up on the list, so yeah. And also, that level has some choke points that are actually like top 10 difficulty, but that's beside the point. So yeah, without further ado, let us go on a journey through this level. And it's gonna be a fucking journey. This level is so damn long. But we begin with this cube section, which is really not that bad. That triple spike is blind, but other than that, this first part is really not too bad. Then we get this ship part, which is, you know, it's a ship part, and on 240 Hz it shouldn't be too bad. This is the part that this is the first part that actually gives me trouble sometimes. I'm pretty bad at spamming, so I sometimes die here, and it's annoying, but it's really not that bad. And then we get to the drop, and the first drop is not that bad, except for a few points. As you can see, I'm already like doing really well on it. It's just, like I said, entry extreme gameplay, it's not that bad. This timing messes me up sometimes, but that'll get consistent after a while. This wave is not too bad. This is, you gotta spam here, and I'm bad at that, so I die there sometimes. This dual wave is kind of weird, kind of wacky. And then we get to this, which is the hardest click in the entire level. This one timing right here in between those spikes, that is the hardest part of the level. For me at least. I have a very hard time getting consistent at this part. Yeah, it's basically just for me a game of chance, like, do I pass it or not? And the ball part that comes after that is also pretty hard. And then we get this, which is more, like, really difficult timings. This like, part, like, 17 to 22 or something is gonna be a real choke point for me. I'm gonna die there a lot. And that's also part of the reason why I think I'm gonna hate this level a little bit in the long run, because I'm gonna get stuck at this part sometimes, just because it's so hard, even when it gets consistent, semi-consistent I should say. So even when I know all the other parts really well, I'm still gonna die there a lot, so that's gonna make me mad. I know it already, so I'm just gonna prepare for that and not try to let it get to me. Because I want to do this level, I want to finish this, unlike Accu, which I kind of just started because everyone's doing it. This one I'm actually doing because I like the level a lot, so yeah. But anyway, we're on to this part now. That timing is pretty hard, but it's not too bad compared to the rest of the timings in this level anyways. Or the rest of the harder timings in this level, I should say. And then we get to this memory part, which I've already completely memorized, so this shouldn't be a problem at all. You just figure out what to do here. This wave is kind of tricky. Especially the straight part. But yeah, it's not too bad. And then basically from here, it's kind of a breeze to like somewhere near the halfway point for me. There's like one timing that will mess me up a lot, but other than that, it's not gonna be too much of a struggle to get far when I get here, if I'm honest. This is like a break part with some invisible spikes, which is really not too bad. But it died here from 0 once, which is really infuriating. This timing, that's the timing that's gonna mess me up, right there. That is just a hard timing, a hard orb timing, but I can get consistent at it probably, so shouldn't be too bad. And then this wave is kind of just figuring out where to go, because you can actually go down here, but you can't actually go up. But as you can probably see there with the spikes, it is really hard. Yeah, like that. It's doable, but it's like Sonic Wave difficulty, so I'm not fucking with that. So I go down, down, and then up. That's my pattern. It's by far the easiest pattern, so I figure that's what I'm meant to do. So, and then we have more memory. This one is a little bit harder than the other one. Simply because there's more timings involved. Especially that one. That is a pretty tough timing to do. And it will mess me up a little bit, I have a feeling. But yeah, other than that, that memory part is not too bad. Pretty easy ship part. This took me a while to figure out, but it's also just memorization. You gotta buffer that pink orb right here. And even then, sometimes it just doesn't work. So that is going to be a little bit of a choke point as well. And this ball part is really weird. What you do here is you're tempted to hit the jump pad right here, but you die that way. And also you're tempted to hit that. It's hard to explain, but you're tempted to hit the pink orb and go up. But what you have to do is you do have to hit the pink orb, but you have to do this, where you go under the block instead of over it. Which makes that a pretty difficult timing. But the rest of that ball part is really not that bad. And then we get to this, which used to be really easy for me, but now it isn't for some reason. This UFO, it like kept giving me a hard time. It never did up until like yesterday. It's really weird. And then that wave part's pretty easy. That ship part's also pretty easy. This is more hard timings. Really, this level is just, its timings is, I think, what it relies on a little bit in terms of its difficulty, because some of these timings are really hard. But they like seem easy for me, I guess, because I know how to do them, and once you know how to do them, they're easy, I guess. It's hard to explain. I tried to justify myself why this is like 149 on the demon list currently. I really couldn't find anything, but I guess if these timings are really as hard as they, you know, as I find them to be, maybe, I don't know. I don't fucking know. It's 149 on the list, and I'm sure the demon list team has very good reasons for that. I personally don't think it's like among the difficulty of like base cave and stuff like that. I think it's easier than that, but I don't know. Maybe if I play base cave or something, or something around this difficulty, if I play it a little bit more, maybe I'll find that they're actually pretty similar, but I don't know. So this is also one of the harder parts of the level. I have like a really awkward way of doing it. I don't think I'm doing it completely right. First of all, those two jumps are like really hard. These. You have to time them perfectly, and then the rest of it is just kind of not that bad. But here, I don't think I've seen people do two jumps there, but it kind of looks like you have to do two jumps. But when I do two jumps, I die. So is it just really awkward, or am I actually doing something wrong here? Because it works, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. And then we get this part, which is not too bad. This ship part messed me up the first time I played this, but after, you know, you learn it a little bit, it's really not too bad. This ball is more memorization. This is just deadly club step. And then we get to the build up of the second drop. This is for me the true start of the second half of this level. I've practiced the second half quite a lot. As you can see, I'm doing it pretty well. I'll explain a little bit what I'm doing after I see where I get right now. Okay, yeah. So, we have this ship, and you just fly around a little bit. Yeah, it's not really much to say about this. It's not too bad. For some reason, you know, combined with the song, this kind of reminds me of, like, one of the Nazgûl ship parts in one of the you know, the Vibrant Artificial Ascent trilogy. You know, this kind of feels like Nazgûl ship in Digital Descent or Cybernetic or something like that. In this Q part, I do a double click right there at the blue orb, because I'm very bad at burst clicking, and so sometimes that works when I don't do a double click. But I just like to do a double click there just to make sure that I actually do it. It's more reliable that way. And then we have a little bit of a shorter memory part. And then we have the second drop, which is UFO timings, which is, of course, my favorite. You do 2 burst clicks there, and then you try to make it over the saw. I don't think I placed this checkpoint very well. There we go. And then you basically just, yeah, do some burst clicks there. I used to do this part wrong, if that makes sense. I used to do it like that, and then I had to jump in the portals. But what I found is if I do 2 clicks here, I can just let it go, and that doesn't always work, but it's certainly more reliable than what I was doing before. So I'm sure it'll be fine. There we go. See, you don't have to do anything there. It's great. This wave part is like really hard, but I've done it so many times that it isn't too bad for me anymore. This is one of the parts that I've practiced the most, I would say. So I'm doing it pretty consistently, but that part's really hard. And then ship part, another wave part that's like really difficult, because you kind of have to straight wave, but also there are portals and spikes everywhere. So yeah, that's difficult, and that's just memorization. That took me a while to figure out as well. But yeah, I hit a blue and a yellow on the first one, so I hit the bottom left blue and then the middle one, and then I hit the top yellow one and then the top left blue and then the middle yellow. That's how I do that part. That's the most reliable way to do it for me. I know there's other ways to do it, but that's just the way it works for me. And then we have a little bit of a straight fly part with a Heinz Q part. This reminds me of Heinz a lot. And from here it's really not that bad. You just, yeah, there's some waving going on here. Pretty tough ship part actually. I might die here a few times. Pretty easy UFO part. And this part is gonna fuck me over, dude. There are some crazy timings you have to do here. Just look at this, yeah. First of all, you time this blue orb really late, and then I don't think you can buffer that. No, you can't buffer the other blue orb. You have to hit it kind of late as well. And then you basically hit the yellow orb as late as possible, I think. So, yeah, because if you hit it too early, that happens. So you hit it like as late as possible. And then that one, you hit the second blue orb. Yeah, this part's gonna fuck me over. You hit the second blue orb and then you jump on the edge of that platform. And then you hit the blue and the yellow orb there. But you do have to time the jump before that, so make sure you time this. And then you go under the blue jump pad there. And then we have a swing copter, which I did first try. Holy fuck, I'm so bad at swing copter usually. Why am I doing good at it? Time that, time that. And then you have a little bit of a ship, and it's the end of the level. There we go. I hope I did the level justice in explaining it a little bit. It might have looked a little bit easier than it actually is. Just because I've already practiced this level quite a lot. I think without commentary, I could easily do this run under 100 attempts. So, yeah, definitely learned this level pretty well already. So I'm not gonna ask for like tips or something like that. But if you do want to like give a tip, like if you see something that I'm doing horribly wrong in this level, just let me know in the comments. I'm currently pretty confident in how I'm doing it. But if there are like people who beat this level and are like, wow, you're doing the UFO part at 58 like all wrong or something like that, you know, maybe let me know so I don't do that UFO part or any other part like wrong all the time. So yeah, if there's, you know, a part that is way easier if you do it a different way, just let me know. But other than that, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing, keep playing the level. I'll probably stream. I'm gonna try to stream this once a week, this level. I can't guarantee it, but I'll at least play it like on recording as much as I can. I know I've been talking a lot, but yeah, this is just the way I'm gonna do this level. I'm gonna beat it. I'm gonna have fun. This level is really fun. I find it to be really fun. I'm gonna try to do some runs and just try and get further from 0. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna beat this in like the coming month or anything like that. That's definitely not gonna happen. I think it's gonna be more of like a Cataclysm situation where I play the level on and off for like a year and then I pull it off because I'm just busy with other stuff as well. So but you know, if I have the time, I'll try and play this as much as I can. So yeah, that was enough rambling for me today. I'm just gonna leave the episode off here. So if you did enjoy this episode of Geometry Dash, please smash the like button and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. Please leave comments, tips, leave an extra like because I'm doing a really hard level. Also subscribe because I'm doing a really hard level. But I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.